Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Salutations to the Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi and Ramakrishna, Jagat Guru, the teacher of the universe, and taking refuge in their holy feet. I salute them again and again. Dear friends, today is the celebration day for Kalpataru Day, it is, and 1st January, and also for Holy Mother's birthday, which actually, according to the lunar calendar that we follow, is on coming 3rd, that is day after tomorrow. But for the convenience, we hold it on a holiday. So, therefore, we are having it celebrated today, along with the Kalpataru Day celebration. That is a consideration, for people. They don't want to take the trouble of coming twice. So, okay, let us combine the 2 days, 2 events, because people come from long distances and do not like to come twice. So we have combined it on one day. So an important part of this birthday celebration is this symposium. It is very important because there morning we did all the ritual worship and prasad, lot of eating of the delicious food that happened. But that is the delicious food for the belly, for the body. There has to be delicious and energizing food for the mind too. And that is what we get in this symposium. Swami Vivekananda, it is very interesting to read his letter on how the birthdays should be celebrated. That there has to be an intellectual and spiritual component to it. Not just feeding people with prasad. It is, but there has to be this intellectual and spiritual aspect to it, to understand. And on every such symposium, we are blessed to have speakers who are practitioners of the ideology. They are very good students of Vedanta and the lives of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Vivekananda. So we get enriched, our understanding gets enriched, and that is much better aspect of the birthday celebration. And we will begin with a very beautiful hymn on Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. It was to be sung actually in the morning, but because there were quite a few singers, and the singer that was assigned for that, he was hesitant to get into the middle of all others. So, but then what was the loss of the morning session is the gain of the afternoon session. So it is, we will have this opening song or opening hymn, this hymn, very sublime hymn, that it prays the stanza, every stanza ends with मातर्विराज सततं मम हृत्सरोजे. Oh, Mother, always reside in my heart, satatam, always in the lotus of my heart. So, and singing this hymn is Swapnil Rakhe. He has been a student of classical music for some time, and although doesn't do much practice, I know, soon I think he will improve on that, but has naturally a talent, that is the problem with those who have natural talents. They neglect practice. So he sings very nicely, and this is composed by one of our very scholarly Swamis. His name Swami Vagishwarananda. He has mostly done compositions in Hindi and Marathi language, and also a few in Sanskrit too. So this is one of the most well-known Sanskrit compositions of his. Matar Viraj Satatam Mama Rit Saroje. So Swapnil, please.
देवी प्रसन्नवदने करुणावतारे दिव्योज्ज्वलद्युतिमयी त्रिजगज्जनित्री कल्याणकारिणि वराभय दानशीले मातर्विराज सततं मम हृत्सरोजे. मातर्विराज सततं मम हृत्सरोजे. वेदान्तवेद्यपरतत्त्व सुमूर्तरूपाम् आद्यन्तमध्यरहिता श्रुतिसारभूताम् एकाद्वया हि परमा प्रकृतिस्वमाद्यां मातर्विराज सततं मम हृत्सरोजे. मातर्विराज सततं मम हृत्सरोजे. मायामनुष्यतनुधारिणि विश्ववन्दे लीलाविलासकरि चिन्मय दिव्यरूपे सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयकारिणि विश्वशक्ते मातर्विराज सततं मम हृत्सरोजे. मातर्विराज सततं मम हृत्सरोजे. वैराग्यभक्तिवरदा भवतारिणी त्वं माङ्गल्यशान्तिनिलया यमृतस्वरूपां विद्यापरात्रिजगदुद्धर नैकसेतुर्मातर्विराज सततं मम हृत्सरोजे. मातर्विराज सततं मम हृत्सरोजे. श्रीरामकृष्णमय जीवित ईश्वरी त्वं तद्भावविग्रहमयि तद्भिन्नसत्तां Shri Rama Krishnamaya Pavaka Deepti Shakte Matar Viraja Satatam Mamarit Saroje Matar Viraja Satatam Mamarit Saroje Satchit Sukhanubhavadayini Bodharupe Vishveshwari Pranatapalini Siddhidatri Shri Sarade Bhuvana Mangala Divyamurte Shri Sarade Bhuvana Mangala Divyamurte Matar Viraja Satatam Mamarit Saroje Matar Viraja Satatam Mamarit Saroje. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Swapnil. Very nicely done. Your music teacher would be proud of this. Yeah. So, first amongst the two wonderful speakers that we have for this evening, first will be Prasunna, Jnana Prasunna Ambika, Kalahasti Sannidhau. Kalahastishvara Sannidhau. That is a long name, you know. Jnana Prasunambika. What then? Kalahastishvara Sannidhau. That is the real name, but we call her Prasunna. So, Prasunna will be the first speaker. Please come forward. I don't know what exactly she is all going to speak about, just a little hint she gave, and I asked her husband and her son. They said, no, she didn't tell anything to us.
That's okay, Maharaj. Is this better? One more For 10 minutes, I can stand on tippy toe. I'm okay. Yathagner Shakti Ramakrishne Sthita Hiya Sarva Vidya Swarupam Tam Saradam Pranamamyaham. As the power dwells in fire, so Sri Sarada Devi dwells in Sri Ramakrishna as his Shakti, the cosmic power. I bow down to that mother who is the embodiment of knowledge. Maharaj, instead of Kalahastishvara Sannidhau, now it is happening in Providence Sannidhau. So Kalahasti has come to Providence. In Providence, yes. We know that Thakur is the epitome of purity, devotion, and knowledge ever established in that truth. While he was in physical form, there were extreme limitations on who could touch him, where he could be, what he could consume, who could cook the food he could consume. That's how pure he was, and it was not easy to approach him in that sense. And then there was Swamiji on the other end, where he was the epitome of strength, willpower, and energy. Sometimes when I'm reading his life and teachings, I wonder what sadhana did Swamiji have to do after all? Like, he seems to be the personification of everything divine all in one. It makes I'm always left confused as to what was sadhana for him. But I've come to understand that all these stalwarts did sadhana just to show us what sadhana was. Such was his life. Now, you may wonder, why am I talking of these two people or starting with these two when the symposium is on Holy Mother? That is because most of us have come into this order and tradition either because we heard about Sri Ramakrishna's teachings through the gospel or Swamiji's teachings. Most of us will fall in the latter category of Swamiji's teachings. A rare few, like my brother Eze here, who would have known about Sri Ramakrishna first. But we come here. Here, a lot of it is actually a personal opinion and feeling, so I may say we, but I'm really talking about myself and hoping that there's another person to go with me in this. But when we come here with the feeling that, oh, I'm very close to realization. I know it all, I'm there, just the world doesn't recognize my worth, and I just need that last leap. And oh, I see Vedanta Center, maybe this is the place. We come here, and we like to believe, we come with the pretense actually that I know Swamiji's teachings inside out, I know exactly what he means, and I'm living it. Then when we come here and we participate and become a part of this community, slowly our shortcomings comes out in the open. All that we were putting under a facade starts to come out. And when these come out, they give blows to the ego in the process, because anything that comes out has to be treated, and those are blows to the ego. As we experience those little by little, slowly, there is no choice but to accept that we are very far from where we thought we were. And that is the biggest blow to the pride, as it may be. Our pride is getting skinned, literally, during all these falls. At some point, these falls and shortcomings and the skinning of the pride, bruising of the ego becomes so unbearable. That's when we turn around to see the third facet of this holy trio equation, that is Sri Sarada Devi. Until then, we'd like to pretend that we are all just next to Swamiji, or we are exactly what is written in gospel based off of us. But that is when we are grasping at straws to figure how to become a sadhaka. We have no choice but to accept that we are nowhere near it. At that time, I would like to still say she is Sri Sarada Devi to us, because there is a sense of formality about our acceptance of her. We still do not know what all these Swamis talk about with so much reverence when they're talking of Mother. We read the many anecdotes and everything, still it does not get close to our heart to call her Mother. That is our ego, and that is that veil that she has put over us for now. But in that process, finally we get to that lowest point, and we are left with the question, oh my God, knowing for who I am, will Thakur shun me? That moment of fear and despondency, in a sense, leads us to the point to take a second look at Sri Sarada Devi's life. And the meaning that her life bears at that point is a whole different dimension altogether. That is when we start to feel that love that she has been constantly dispersing as Holy Mother. And the fact that we did not feel until this point is not that she was not dispersing, but the bluntness of our instrument is the proof that we could not receive it. So that is when we turn around and we take a second look at what was her life experience, what were her reactions, what is it that makes her the Holy Mother. And that is when we realize that Although all her actions, not reactions, but actions, situations, everything that seemed very mundane earlier starts to seem very different, although very similar to our own life. Until then, we just dismissed it that, okay, she is the same woman just like my mother maybe, facing the same situations, crazy family, poverty and whatnot. But when we are at that lowest point and we inspect her life, we realize that there is a sense of serenity and peace about her despite whatever was thrown at her. And this, by her grace, we come to realize that this veil she has over her superpower form as a human is really the costume that she's walking around in. Thakur did Shodashi Puja to Holy Mother, that picture, that cornermost picture up there, when she was a young girl of 18 years old. So Shodashi is one of the 10 forms of Divine Mother and is known to be the most benevolent form amongst the 10 forms. And this mother is also known as Sri Rajarajeshwari. And how benevolent she is, our Geeta Prana Mataji of Ridgely puts it very graphically. She says, Kali will pull you by the tuft of your hair through the keyhole of a door. If she decides to give you liberation, that's how she will do it. So you are assured, but that is the process, right? But Sri Rajarajeshwari will hold the door open with a bright smile and wait patiently for you to walk through. Which means there is a catch here. Kali may pull you out of your current situation and liberate you, whereas Sri Rajarajeshwari is in no hurry to get you out. She is happy to see you play in the world for as long as you want. But when you're ready to come, she's got the door open for you. This was a little, depressing for me initially, that, oh, she does not care for our liberation, then what are we praying to this mother for? But what is interesting is in the instruments that she holds, the tools that she holds in her hands. More an understanding of those tools will reveal that although it appears like she wants you to play in her world, she is also watching out for those candidates that are interested in coming in, and she makes sure that she gets them in as well. And if you're still going to be playing in her world, she keeps an eye on you. You're not out of her world. So that's the, saving grace if you still want to continue playing. But the followers of Sri Rajarajeshwari tradition, which is called a Sri Vidya tradition, they believe that this whole world is Mother's creation, and their way of living should be the yes way. In other words, iti iti. That everything is Mother's prasad and we live by it. So let's remember, it's not in a sense of frivolousness or going wild in this world of enjoyment, but to accept everything that comes our way as Mother's prasad and living it to the fullest as Mother's grace. Just that very point reminds me that there is no better example of who lived that life that way than Holy Mother. She did not go to any different place to do her sadhana. She did not she did not choose how her life should be or not be. Whatever came her way, Thakur decided that he's going to marry her, she got married. Until she got a chance to go to Dakshineshwar, she stayed in Jairambati and lived her life. When she went to Dakshineshwar, she did whatever was expected of her. So she just played life on the terms, like however it came to her. Except her reaction to that was starkly different than any of us when we are dealt with situations. That's what makes her obviously Holy Mother. But to me, I felt like, straight off the bat, she has laid that path for us to follow by telling this is Mother's world and this is how you accept Mother's blessing. Now, talking of the four tools that Sri Rajarajeshwari holds, she holds a goad, a noose, and then a sugarcane bow, and finally 5 flower arrows. So I'll just quickly touch upon the 4 tools. The gourd. So I've never seen this instrument, but based on what I understand, it is a small pointed instrument that the elephant mahouts use to guide the elephant, basically. So to me, I felt like the gourd in this whole thing is mother's life itself, is the gourd, because she has lived life the way Thakur speaks how we should live our life in the gospel. I feel like I cannot remember everything that's in the gospel off the top of my head, as much as I would like to. But the good thing is most of us remember life stories and histories, and Holy Mother's life has been written in great detail. And if we can remember her life, keep it front and center in our perspective, there is not one situation that she has not encountered in her life that we are suffering from. It feels like hers is this homeopathic medicine book. Oh, you have a problem? Okay, just open to that page, and she has a solution of how she has lived it. It may take us 20,000 situations to ultimately arrive at the same reaction that she would have had, but every situation she has faced, and she has, despite those situations and in spite of those situations, she maintained living in that truth forever. That itself is the good. And the more we absorb this, we also realize that Swamiji's teachings, which are all based on scriptures, he's expounding the scriptures and the truth over and over in different ways. Again, all of that aligns back when you look at Holy Mother's life. Swami Bhaswatanandaji at DC Center just recently made the statement. He said, just being in this tradition itself is grace. Because between the 3 of them, there is absolutely no loophole whatsoever. There is no contradiction in anything that either of the 3 have told, nor there is anything that's missing or wrongly represented that was mentioned in the scriptures through the lives of Sri Ramakrishna and Mother and Swamiji. But why does Holy Mother's life act as a goad to us? My mother told me so many things. My father taught me so many things. I could not follow. I feel ultimately it comes down to Mother's love, Holy Mother's love. Pick up any book of Holy Mothers, and the only thing that is underlying, the current that's underlying in every book is the love that she had. Nothing else stands out as prominently as her love. Just like if you had to sum up gospel in 3 words, it would be renounce, lust, and gold. Like that, but Holy Mother was just love, love, and love. That was it. That love is the noose. Now, when I say noose, do not think of the suicide noose, but think of that noose that a cowboy would lasso on the cattle. So the best thing is, we are all on one end of the noose, and the other end is firmly held in Divine Mother's hands. So that is our, we can be relaxed, knowing we are in safe hands. When we go further away from Mother, it's after all her world and she's giving us the rope so that we may play. But when we go further and further away from her, that's when the noose pinches us. The bondage of the world hurts us. We cannot see that this is Mother's creation. This world is so painful. It gets to a point where whether we want or we don't want, we start to turn back and look at what can we do to get rid of this pain. That's when we start looking back at Mother and coming back towards her. Holy Mother is known to have brought in so many people because of her love, people that she met or she did not meet. And I'll confidently say that this was not limited to back just in the 1800s or 1900s when Mother was in physical form. Just like Maharaj was telling today morning that Thakur is still touching us. Do we feel it? Are we ready are we eligible to feel it yet? Is the only question, right? The same way, Holy Mother's love is still felt by people. Very recently, I had a friend who happened to go to Ramakrishna Math in Hyderabad just to buy a book. She didn't have it in her plan at all. So she just stepped into the mud to buy a book. And she says she went into the shrine. I don't know if the Holy Mother's shrine is separate there, but she said when she went to Holy Mother's shrine, she was in tears. And I was like, Mother, I didn't get this experience that this girl is talking about. But that just goes to prove that Mother is still very much alive and dispersing her love for us. And that is alone the reason why we are here, and more people will keep coming, because the noose is pinching. At some point or the other, the noose is going to pinch each one of us, and this is our only solution. Now, finally, when the noose pinches and we turn our minds, and our mind is seeking course correction at this point. The mind wants a solution. The mind is becoming willing to look at what is right, what is truth, to live with the thought of the sublime truth as the foundation. When this happens, this is when the sugarcane bow, we become the sugarcane bow in some ways, in the sense, most of you would have known what sugarcane is, you would have had. For those of you that don't, the most important characteristics that I focus on out here is the thick exterior and the very juicy interior. As kids, we are given sugarcane, we love to eat it, but there's a lot of work involved in eating it. So, the mind becomes strengthened, strong, but it's very soft. It's very sweet. It's not, our perspective, our understanding, our life, everything becomes that much sweeter. Because at the end of the day, everybody, the Mahans say that your mind has to be your best friend. You have to have the grace of your mind to make progress. So, this mind becomes the sugarcane bow. In one way, if you look at it, Mother keeps you near her when we are the sugarcane bows. Just like Holy Mother was surrounded by her monk disciples. Despite all the crazy family members she had, it was the monk disciples that she had the nearest to her, always. We will become that when our minds are that sweet. And in another way, then we are becoming instruments in the hand of the Mother, so that we may live as the Mother wishes for us to live in this world, however, whatever she wants to get done through us. And Swami Sarvagatananda Maharaj puts it very nicely when he tells of Holy Mother as the perfect exemplar. I don't know if other monks have used that word, but that was the first time I heard it, the perfect exemplar. So her life has just been a way of living that we have to follow. That brings us to that 5 flower arrows that Sri Sharada Devi holds. Basically, it's supposed to represent the earth, air, water, fire, and space, the 5 elements, right? Now, to me, that objectively looking, that is the world. Now, when we come dearer to the Mother, our mind is pliant and suited for a sadhaka life, then our world becomes fragrant, because the material world starts to reduce, and by degrees, our devotee world, the satsanga, starts to improve. And with that, our life becomes more cohesive towards our progress in this life. So with that, I feel that, by Thakur doing that Shodashi Puja, he has proved to us that this is Divine Mother in this form, in this simple village girl form, and this Mother didn't come with 4 hands or sit in a throne with bedecked jewels, so that we may not dismiss her as she is somebody great out of our league, but instead follow every footstep of her as she has laid it for us, and we may make fullest use of this life for the purpose we have come, instead of throwing it away in the sad way we would otherwise have. And ultimately, I feel the grace prayer that we say at our center many times, the teachings of Holy Mother, that make us pure and all-loving. May we not accuse, demand, or complain, but love, respect, and cooperate with all. May we not find faults with others, but try to find our own faults. May we not treat others as strangers, but learn to make all our own. May we feel the whole world to be our own. I feel that surmises everything that any scripture may have to tell us. I've not read all the scriptures, but I feel that's more than enough if I can practice that much to get to the next point, which will hopefully be the final stage. So with that, my sincere thanks to Maharaj for giving me this blessed opportunity, Maharaj, and also to Geeta Prana Mataji because of her classes that I was able to meditate on these points and come up with this speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Prasanna. Now I request Eze, a wonderful speaker. We have heard many nice lectures here from Eze, very, I should say, full of substance and thought, very rich content. So I request Eze to speak in this symposium. Please, Eze.
Thinking about mother. Some years back, when I would try to think of God, I would picture a huge, old, long-bearded white man seated upon a golden chair atop a shiny cloud. As I became exposed to Vedantic ideas, I discarded this childish fantasy and began to imagine God as an ever-expanding light, or an endless blue sky, or a limitless ocean. But these abstractions were somewhat dry and unsatisfying, until I learned about the Divine Mother through Sri Ramakrishna, and that this eternal mother is my real mother, the mother who has guided my every step across countless lives, the mother who manifests within me as life, intelligence, and love. This Supreme Mother assumed the human form of Sri Sarada Devi. About her, Swami Abhedananda, a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, sang, Pavitram charitam yasyaha, pavitram jivanam tata, pavitrata swarupinye, tasye kurmo namo namaha. On this verse, Swami Harshanananda, a great scholar of the Ramakrishna order, comments, she was the very embodiment of purity. That is why she could impart purity to her children just by a wish or a look. Those who came in touch with her were transformed, even as iron is transformed into gold at the touch of the philosopher's stone, or as dirty water is made holy by contact with the Ganga. The all-purifying mother is the one essential thing. Mother is at once the way and the goal of spiritual life. Thinking about mother progressively purifies the mind. and purity of mind intensifies the spiritual thought current, eventually consummating in a spontaneous, unbroken current of divine contemplation. However, thinking about mother is not that simple. Mother is near impossible to fathom. Who can understand infinitude? What mind can trap the boundless? Swami Vivekananda says, Mother is the incarnation of Bhagala in the guise of Saraswati. Outwardly, she is all peace, but inwardly, she is the destroyer of the power of evil. The synthesis of Bhagala and Saraswati is perhaps a metaphor for the reconciliation of pairs of opposites. Mother is in everything, joy and misery, prosperity and poverty, beauty and ugliness. Mother pervades everything and has become everything. Within her infinite being, there is no contradiction between good and evil. The age-old philosophic problem of evil arises from a human way of looking at the state of affairs. But from a higher standpoint, Mother is all love, and all manifestations of so-called good and evil are states of her universal love. Swami Vivekananda explains, a man who murders another is perhaps moved to do so by the love of his own child. His love has become limited to that one little baby, to the exclusion of millions of other human beings in the universe. Yet, limited or unlimited, it is the same love. Thus, the motive power of the whole universe, in whatever way it manifests itself, is that one wonderful thing: unselfishness, renunciation, love, the real, the only living force in existence. If we simply hold that by limitation, the same beautiful, wonderful love appears to be evil or vile, we find the whole universe explained by the one force of love. The cause of all that is apparently evil is the limitation of the unlimited. The love which gets limited into little channels and seems to be evil eventually comes out at the other end and manifests itself as God. The all-loving mother embodies herself for the welfare of living beings. Sri Sarada Devi says, this coming again and again, is there no escape from it? Where there is Shiva, there is also Shakti. Shiva, Shakti together. Time and again, the same Shiva, the same Shakti, no escape. This same master over and over again. The same moon every day. There is no escape. He is committed. They are all his creatures. If he does not take care of them, who will? He has promised, whenever you call me, I shall come to you. Keep this in mind. Don't forget. You just have to call him to come. The divine relationship of Sri Ramakrishna and Sri Sarada Devi is a profound mystery. From the standpoint of ordinary human perception, Mother appears neglected within her extremely cramped quarters in Dakshineshwar. She appears trapped in an isolated life of endless drudgery, cooking, cleaning, and serving without end. But from a higher standpoint, Master and Mother were ever united in mystic embrace, even as Shiva and Parvati. Mother says, my heart was always with the Master. From within the Nahabat, I was aware of everything that went on in his room, knew every word he spoke and to whom. Swami Abhedananda sang, Rama Krishna Gata Pranam Tannama Shravana Priyam Tad Bhava Ranjita Karam Pranamami Muhu Muhu. Swami Harshanananda comments, her life forces have entered deeply into Ramakrishna. Ever since her marriage at the age of 5 till her Mahasamadhi at the age of 66, her life was one continuous meditation on Sri Ramakrishna. By such uninterrupted, long and loving adoration of Ramakrishna, her whole being was colored by that of Ramakrishna. She had become one with him, even like the gopis of Vrindavan with Krishna. The spiritual union of master and mother is perhaps best exemplified by the Shodashi Puja. Swami Saradananda, a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, describes its culmination. After offering food, he took some of it and put it in her mouth. Sarada lost outer consciousness and went into samadhi. While uttering mantras in a semi-conscious state, the master also went into deep samadhi. Thus, the worshipper and the worshipped became fully united and unified in the Atman. Existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute. Holy Mother says, know that the Master and I are identical. The Ramakrishna Sarada incarnation is the microcosmic counterpart of a macrocosmic identity. Purna Brahma Ramakrishna and Brahma Shakti Sarada. Purna Brahma Ramakrishna is eternally tranquil, pure awareness. This aspect of ultimate reality is described in the 7th mantra of the Mandukya Upanishad. It is unseen by any sense organ, not related to anything, incomprehensible by the mind, uninferable, unthinkable, indescribable, essentially of the nature of consciousness, constituting the self alone. The negation of all phenomena, the peaceful, all bliss and the non-dual. Brahma Shakti Sarada is infinitely dynamic, pure intelligence. This aspect of ultimate reality is described in the Mundaka Upanishad, mantras 1.17 and 2.11. As the spider spins its silken thread, as plants shoot up from the soil, as hair grows from the skin of a living person, so does everything in the universe arise from the imperishable. Even as from a blazing fire, sparks of the same nature issue forth by the thousand, so also do various beings come forth from the imperishable Brahman, and unto it again return. In short, pure awareness is pure intelligence, eternally tranquil, infinitely dynamic. Master and mother are established in Bhava Mukha, an exalted state of spiritual experience that reveals the undivided wholeness of flowing movement from the absolute to the relative, and from the relative to the absolute. Sri Ramakrishna says, it has been revealed to me that there exists an ocean of consciousness without limit. From it come all things of the relative plane, and in it they merge again. Millions of universes rise from that ocean of consciousness and merge in it again. Or put another way, eternally tranquil pure awareness and infinitely dynamic pure intelligence are one, like fire and its heat, like milk and its whiteness, like a snake and its wriggling motion. Mother holds the fate of all living beings in the palm of her hands. She is the power of delusion, binding humanity with egoic desires and endless vain pursuits. She is also the giver of knowledge, awakening spiritual aspiration and lifting the veil on higher truth. Mother is the hidden power of the Ramakrishna movement, ever pulling souls to the Master and showering her abundant grace upon them. Mother pervades the gospel as living inspiration. She creates a place of meeting for us. She lays a mat for us. She opens our heart to the nectarine words of the Master. Mother comes to us in innumerable ways, as a symbolic dream, as profound inspiration, as tender consolation, as a helping hand, as a protective shield, as a healing touch. But we cannot recognize Mother, who is always covering herself with a veil. Glory to the Mother, glory to the Mother. Swami Abhedananda sang, Lajja patavrite nityam sarade jnanadayike papebhyo nasadaraksha kripamayi namostute. Swami Harshanananda comments, she is Sarada, the giver of Sara, or essence of all knowledge. That is, supreme knowledge or liberation. Since she is also Saraswati, the goddess of learning and wisdom, she is the giver of all knowledge, including the worldly sciences. A glance from the corner of her eye is enough to transform a shepherd into a Kalidasa. Swami Saradeshananda, a disciple of Holy Mother, gives a fascinating account of Mother's grace on Rash Bihari Maharaj. Once, when he was living at Jairambati, he was passing through a restless state of mind. In great distress and worry, he implored the Mother to do something to bring him mental peace. The Mother asked him to take refuge in the Master and tried to console him in various ways, but his mind did not attain peace. His entreaty still continuing, the Mother bestowed on him a special grace, filling his mind with a unique joy, which settled in his mind as a mood never experienced before by him. His days began to be spent in a transport of joy. The world about him was still the same, and his activities, like bathing, eating, and sleeping, were being carried out in the same way as before. But he felt that all these were taking place as if in a dream. They were passing before his eyes like pictures. And all through, there was the continuous experience of a flow of joy. After a few days, were spent this way, he had to go to a neighboring village one morning. A certain person of that place, finding a sadhu before him, welcomed him and made pranam by placing his head on Rash Bihari Maharaj's feet. After that, he started rubbing the feet on his head, forehead, and chest. From that time, the high state of Rash Bihari Maharaj's mind started gradually vanishing. And within 2 or 3 days, it became normal as of old. Rash Bihari Maharaj used to remark sorrowfully, "I knew that the man's ways were not good, that he was of a low character. But the pathetic way he fell at my feet melted my heart. And without paying any heed to what was happening to me, I felt sorry for him. It is really difficult for one to hold on to such a high state of grace for long. But the memory of that experience of joy remained always fresh in his heart." Swami Abhedananda ends his hymn to Mother with this verse: Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagat Guru Padapatme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhur Muhur. Swami Harshanananda comments, Sri Ramakrishna is the Jagat Guru, the great teacher of the world. The word guru may also mean father. Hence, he is the father of the world, and she is the mother of all. Salvation lies in taking refuge at their holy lotus feet. So the poet says, I bow down to them again and again.
Thank you, Eze. It was a very profound and enlightening speech describing the aspects of Holy Mother, Divine Mother, and how it can enlighten our life, taking refuge that Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother, they are really one. And yet, two very different manifestations. The manifestations sometimes deceive us to think that they are different, but they are actually same. Like this manifestation of electricity, whereby you are able to, listen to this speech and is getting transmitted on the web. That is one manifestation of electricity. Other manifestation, these lights. Another manifestation is how the heat is flowing in this room. They are all manifestations of electricity, which is the same. The same electricity manifests as all this. So Sri Ramakrishna is one manifestation of that divine existence, consciousness, bliss, Satchidananda. Another manifestation is Holy Mother. And Holy Mother's motherhood is to be understood by invoking some thinking and feeling both. It is not ordinary motherhood. It is, and yet the ordinary, what we see the ordinary mothers, their motherhood traces their motherliness from Holy Mother. But Holy Mother's motherhood is not limited like that. It is unlimited. And she speaks about it in such a very natural manner, as if it is very simple. There is this beautiful conversation that you read in this Mayar Katha, that mother's different stories, that, look, she was asked that, well, how are you my mother? In what sense we call you mother, but in what sense? I have my mother who gave birth to this body at home. You are not that. Then why do we call you the mother? And is it because you are wife of Sri Ramakrishna, whom we consider as the great teacher, incarnation of God and so forth, and being wife of him we call you mother? What is exactly, are you mother really? And she replied, yes, I am mother of everyone. I am mother not only of this physical life, but all the time, life after this body also. It is, and I am mother of all. The earthly mothers, the genetic motherhood that we see is a very, very limited one. Only connected through, using somewhat modern term, connected through DNA, that's all. And nothing more than that. That is the earthly motherhood. And a earthly mother can be mother of, say, one child, two children, maybe 10 or whatever, but not everybody's mother. So the questioner had asked, you are mother of everyone? Yes, I am mother of everyone. Satero ma, asatero ma, I am mother of the good and mother of evil. I am mother of all of them. It is very startling proposition, how you can be mother of everyone, because that is the true motherhood, as I was describing, that quoting from Mundak Upanishad, that everything is springing as it were, that as the spider, the big web comes out of the spider, or how the various plants come from the earth and go back there, as the sparks come from the blazing wood on flames, the sparks come, go back. So similarly, tatha aksharat sambhavati vishwam. So from this unchanging reality, that is really the point to ponder on, that reality does not change at all in all this what is happening. We see so many happenings, but the reality does not change at all. Very startling thing. It is the common so-called mind caught in the physical science and reasoning will never understand this. That how, without any change, how things can happen. So it is, but this is the phenomenon, that yes, without any change, everything is coming out and everything is again falling back. And that is, see, isn't that in the sense the motherhood of all, that matrix, that reality is therefore the mother of all. Everything comes out of it. So it is mother of all. So this is, in this sense, this seemingly ignorant, means uneducated village woman told her experience, her understanding, her reality, that yes, I am mother of all. Just try to fathom that tremendous motherhood. I am mother of all. Mother of all. The questioner asks something more, It is another this question. Are you mother of all? Yes, I am mother of all. Are you mother of Sri Ramakrishna also? See, wife of Sri Ramakrishna, how can she be mother of Sri Ramakrishna? In our earthly understanding, this is not possible. But mother, without any trace of doubt, yes, I am mother of Sri Ramakrishna also. Oh, but you are his wife. Yes, I am his wife and mother too. There is no contradiction there. Absolutely no contradiction, because there is no physicality in being wife and no physicality in being mother also. Yes, I am his wife as well as I am his mother. It is. So, see that depth of that motherhood. She says that I am mother of Sharad, Swami Sardhananda, a Brahmagyani and a knower of Brahman, a highly revered direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Sardhananda. And then there was a robber living in that close by neighborhoods. So Amjad was his name, and he had been behind the bars several times for robbery. And mother loved him equally. Can you imagine that where is this highly revered soul like Swami Sardhananda? And where is this abominable robber stealing things, threatening people, might have committed some murders? How can Holy Mother love them equally as my children? Both are my children. Look at that very confident, unwavering statement. Both are my children. Because it is not at all, nothing can come without my motherhood. Everything springs from that. The good and evil are incidental. They are not real at all. Incidental. It is in this play of the world, the play can go on only when there are some conflicts, some evil forces, some good forces. They have to be in conflict, and then you have the play. So in this world, some actors, they got that kind of villain role, and some have good, nice, saintly roles, that's all. But all that has come out from the pen of the author. So the author is mother of the evil character as well as the mother of the good character. So it is mother of all. Let us feel that great motherhood. And as we feel that, we will feel so much closer to the God that otherwise is abstract. We belong to God. God is our mother, so close to us that it is, God is so close to us. We are divine. Some days back, a little child was asking me this question. Very nice question, apparently. Swami, you were saying that day, imagine, some 7, 8-year-old, that we are children of God. But you also said we are God. How can both be? Are we children of God or are we God? And then somehow, God inspired that answer, which was very convincing to that child. I said, well, who is the child of human being? The child of human being, and do human beings beget cats and dogs? Who is the child of human being? Human being. So who will be the child of God? God. And that the conflict was resolved, There is no conflict in that. I am child of God means I am divine. I am God. So that is how, that with this understanding, she is my mother. What a sweet relation, friends. She is my mother, so close to us, so practical, that religion becomes so practical when we see Holy Mother. As our Prasanna was telling, that it is not always that we start by feeling reverence for Holy Mother. She seems to be okay, because she is wife of Sri Ramakrishna, and so we bow down to her like that. Or actually, yes, Swami Vivekananda is the great one, from whom we learn everything. Holy Mother, okay, we shall respect her, but what connection do we have? She enters in us in a very subtle, unseen manner. If you ask the experience, our dear Tyaganandji had commented on this. He probably did survey, and I also got this known from many other Swamis, that yes, initially many get enamored by the great powerful teachings of Swami Vivekananda, the heroic monk who declares that ye are the divinities on the earth. Yeah, wow. That yes, first have the confidence in yourself, faith in yourself, that roaring declarations, we feel so much taken by that. And then we see Sri Ramakrishna, the great teacher, must be great because being teacher of such a student. But then we see that not just teacher of Vivekananda, he is divine, God himself. And then we come to Holy Mother. Swami Sardananda was once, spoken by one of the devotees. I understand Sri Ramakrishna was God, but I don't accept that this Holy Mother was Divine Mother. No, Sri Ramakrishna, God incarnate, I accept. But this, okay, being his wife. And Sardananda answers, so do you mean that the incarnation of God, Sri Ramakrishna, you accept incarnation of God. So do you mean to say that the incarnation of God has married some village girl who spends life only in making the cow dung, these cakes? Only the cow dung making girl that Sri Ram, that God has married? It is, if she is the consort of God, she has to be really goddess. And she is more than that. Sri Ramakrishna tells her, and that is not at all exaggeration. Sri Ramakrishna tells, look, almost towards the end of his physical existence, that what have I done after all? You have to do much more. And Holy Mother at that time feels kind of, what? After all, I am an illiterate kind of, village woman. What can I do? No, you will do a lot. And we see that. See, it is unthinkable, the reverence with which the great disciples of Sri Ramakrishna used to hold Holy Mother. Just unthinkable. Imagine the world shaking. Swami Vivekananda approaching Holy Mother with utmost reverence. There is a very nice reminiscence about it, that after coming from the West tour, he wants to go to salute Holy Mother living in Bagh Bazaar in Calcutta then, and then takes a boat. And the reminiscence says that he was again and again sprinkling the Ganges water on him, as if to go to Holy Mother, one should be so pure, so sipping Ganges water now and then. And was that as a statue of humility as he prostrates before Holy Mother, and just becomes speechless, really. Speaks then, but initially was speechless. The goddess before whom he stands. He never could argue with Holy Mother. Sri Ramakrishna, he used to argue till the last point, would not agree with Sri Ramakrishna, wouldn't easily listen to Sri Ramakrishna. But look at Holy Mother. There are so many incidents, just one of them, very famous incident, that it is Swami Vivekananda decides that we will have Durga Puja at Belur Math. And as per the ritual, Durga Puja requires an animal sacrifice, as mentioned in the ritual. Holy Mother's consent was taken. Actually, one would feel why one should approach Holy Mother for the consent to do Durga Puja. Are all these great monastic disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, were they not enough to take a decision? No, no. Holy Mother has to be approached for permission. And Holy Mother gave the consent with one condition. One condition: no animal sacrifice. And she was asked, but why? Why no animal sacrifice? Holy Mother's way of answering was very different, not getting into these hair-splitting arguments. She said, well, I am seeing before my eyes the whole Ganges becoming red. It is because she knew that Ramakrishna mission here is to bring new norms. The new normals are coming up. Stop animal sacrifice in the name of worship. Because if you do it, everybody will follow that. If you don't do it, gradually those others who are doing, they will also stop. Because Ramakrishna order is the order of the day. So, and thus you will see that no animal sacrifice happens at the Durga Puja at Ramakrishna Mission, and also it has influenced many other worships of Durga. Hardly any Durga Puja now goes for animal sacrifice. So this is how Holy Mother had the last word in everything. You will find many such incidents. And Holy Mother has made this spiritual life so practical, so feasible. The path is to be traversed by, possible to be traversed by everyone, and that too joyously. She is with us. Why should there be sadness about anything? There is a nice Bengali song. Jekhane Mayer Naam Shekhane Anand Dham Anandam Shudhu Anandam. Where there is the name of Mother, that is the home of bliss. Only bliss, bliss, bliss. So friends, let us try to feel this, the divine and human, both the Holy Mother, the divine, Holy Mother, the human. My sincere thanks to today's wonderful speakers at this symposium, Jnana Prasuna and our Ezengwa Ongbenyu. No, if I pronounced wrong, Ogbenyu. So it is, so thank you. So, and how nicely he was chanting, the Sanskrit chants so well. So my thanks to both of them. Thank you, friends, for attending, joining this wonderful celebration. And we will have the last program of this celebration right now, and that is singing the Sarada Nam Sankirtanam, in which you see the human and the divine aspects are both kind of together placed before us. Very beautiful chant, and we will have it right now. After that, there will be again prasad, and that is the formal end to this beautiful celebration. The celebration ends, but the message we carry to work out in the days to come. So please join in the singing. The singing will happen there, and I think we are not too many people. We can all be accommodated in that room. So please join. you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Read,
Yes. I'm good, I'm good. ध्यायेद्धृदम्बुजे देवीं तरुणारुणविग्रहां वराभयकरां शान्तां स्मितोत्फुल्लमुखाम्बुजां स्थलपद्मप्रतीकाश पादाम्भोजसुशोभनां शुक्लाम्बरधरां धीरां लज्जापटविभूषितां प्रसन्नां धर्मकामार्थ मोक्षदां विश्वमङ्गलां स्वनाथ वामभागस्थां भक्तानुग्रहकारिणीम् ॐ सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपिण्यै श्रीशारदादेव्यै नमः। त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनी मां शारदईश्वरि सुभगे मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनी मां शारदईश्वरि सुभगे मां ब्रह्मानन्दस्वरूपिणि मां ब्रह्मशक्तिसुखदायिनि मां सच्चित्सुखमयरूपिणि मां सृष्टिस्थितिलयकारिणि मां ब्रह्मसुधाम्बुधिकेलिनि मां ब्रह्मात्मैक्यशुभङ्करि मां जीवेश्वरभित्कौतुकी मां अगाधलीलारूपिणि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनी मां शारदईश्वरि सुभगे मां चिन्मयरूपविलासिनि मां बहिरान्तरसुखवर्धिनि मां ज्ञानानन्दप्रवर्षिणि मां दिव्यरसामृतवर्षिणि मां मूलाधारनिवासिनि मां सहस्रारशिवसङ्गिनि मां आद्यशक्तिस्वरूपिणि मां चित्तिसुखदायिनि तारिणि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनी मां शारदईश्वरि सुभगे मां शुभमतिदायिनि शाङ्करि मां दुर्गतिदुर्मतिना महाकालहृदिनर्तिनि मां जीवशिवान्तरवर्तिनि मां जगज्जननि जयदायिनि मां कडिल्लसितसौदामिनि मां सीतारामाकारिणि मां कृष्णराधिकारूपिणि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वरि सुभगे मां कमनीयाकृतिधारिणि मां भवसागरभयहारिणि मां शान्तिसौख्यचिरदायिनि मां शान्तिमहागुणवर्षिणि मां कान्तिवराभयदायिनि मां गिरिशाङ्कोपरिवासिनि मां हरार्धनारीरूपिणि मां नटनमहेश्वरसङ्गिनि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वरि सुभगे मां हर हर्षोत्करि नर्तिनि मां शारदेश्वरि षोडशि मां साधकमानसशोधिनि मां सर्वसुभाग्यप्रसादिनि मां गुहगजमुखजनिदायिनि मां एकानेकविभागिनि मां हिमगिरिनन्दिनि लासिनि मां सर्वचराचरसर्जिनि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वर सुभगे मां सर्वभवामयवारिणि मां सर्वजगत्त्रयसाक्षिणि मां निखिलाधीश्वरि योगिनि मां एलागन्धसुकेशिनि मां चिन्मयसुन्दररूपिणि मां परमानन्दतरङ्गिणि मां रम्यकान्तिचिरधारिणि मां समस्तसुगुणाभूषणि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वर सुभगे मां सद्गति सन्मतिदायिनि मां भवतारिणि करुणेश्वरि मां त्रिपुरे सुन्दरि मोहिनि मां ब्रह्माण्डोदरधारिणि मां प्रेमानन्दप्रवर्षिणि मां सर्वचराचरपालिनि मां भुवनचतुर्दशप्रसविणि मां नानालीलाकारिणि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वरि सुभगे मां विविधविभूतिविधारिणि मां ज्ञानालोकप्रदायिनि मां विश्वक्रीडाकौतुकी मां विश्वाधिष्ठितचिन्मयि मां मन्दस्मितस्मरहारिणि मां भक्तानुग्रहकारिणि मां योगभोग शान्ति सुधा निस्यन्दिनि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वरि सुभगे मां भोगविषहारिणि मां कान्तियोग सुखदायिनि मां वीरनरेन्द्र प्रहर्षिणि मां समाधि चिरचितिदायिनि मां वीर्यबलाभयकारिणि मां तापत्रय भयहारिणि मां सर्वोत्तुङ्गसुवासिनि मां प्रसन्नवरदे भैरवि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वर सुभगे मां हवन जपार्चन साधिनि मां चण्डासुरखलघातिनि मां सकल देव जय साधिनि मां दुष्टमुण्डवधकारिणि मां चामुण्डेश्वरि दर्पिणि मां माहिषदर्पविनाशिनि मां माहेश्वर सुखवर्धिनि मां महिषासुरखलमर्दिनि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वर सुभगे मां त्रिगुणत्रिलोकत्रिरूपिणि मां निर्गुणसगुणविचित्रिणि मां कारितध्यानानन्दिनि मां दर्पणचित्तविभासिनि मां चेतोदर्पणकाशिनि मां नवनवरूपसुदर्शनि मां समस्तलोकोद्धारिणि मां रामकृष्ण नवरूपिणि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वर सुभगे मां धर्मग्लानिविनाशिनि मां मस्तापनकारिणि मां रम्यसहजपथदर्शिनि मां मातृभावसुखशोधिनि मां निर्मलभक्तोत्कर्षिणि मां दिव्याद्भुतचरितार्थिनि मां रामकृष्ण सहधर्मिणि मां जय रामाख्यसुवाटिनि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वरि सुभगे मां मृगकेसरिवरवाहिनि मां दुर्गहिमाचलनन्दिनि मां नरेन्द्र हृदय निवासिनि मां लोकोत्तरकृतिदर्शिनि मां सुन्दररूपविकासिनि मां दिव्यगुणाकरधारिणि मां दुर्बलसबलसुकारिणि मां दुःखदैन्यभयनाशिनि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मां शारद ईश्वर सुभगे मां सर्वभूतसाधिनि मां समस्तलोकाभयकरि मां दुर्गतिनाशिनि दुर्गे मां नारायणि जगदाध्ये मां जय 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 जगदाध्ये मां नारायणि जय दुर्गे मां जय 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 जगदाध्ये मां नारायणि जय दुर्गे मां जय 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 जगदाध्ये नारायणि जय दुर्गे मां जय 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 जगदाध्ये मां सनातनी मां शारद ईश्वरी सुभगे मां। निर्दायिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्या स्वरूपा शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्।
We shall now conclude with the famous Sri Sarada Stotram of Swami Abhedananda.
Do you want to sing that?
Hmm?
You'll sing or not?
No, no, you
Oh, okay. प्रकृतिं परमाम् अभयां वरदां नररूपधरां जनतापहरां शरणागतसेवकतोषकरीं प्रणमामि परां जननीं जगतां गुणहीनसुतानपरां धयुतान् कृपयाद्य समुद्धर मोहगतान् तरणीं भवसागरपारकरीं प्रणमामि परां जननीं जगतां विषयं कुसुमं परिहृत्य सदा चरणाम्बुरुहामृत शान्तिसुधां पिब भृङ्गमनो भवरोगहरां प्रणमामि परां जननी जगतां कृपां कुरु महादेवी सुतेषु प्रणतेषु च चरणाश्रयदानेन कृपामयी नमोऽस्तु ते लज्जापटावृते नित्यं शारदे ज्ञानदायिके पापेभ्यो नः सदा रक्ष कृपामयी नमोऽस्तु ते रामकृष्णगतप्राणां तन्नाम श्रवणप्रियां तद्भावरञ्जिताकारां प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः पवित्रं चरितं यस्याः पवित्रं जीवनं तथा पवित्रता स्वरूपिण्यै तस्यै कुर्मो नमो नमः। देवीं प्रसन्नां प्रणतार्तिहन्त्रीं योगीन्द्रपूजां युगधर्मपात्रीं तां शारदां भक्तिविज्ञानदात्रीं दयास्वरूपां प्रणमामि नित्यं स्नेहेन बध्नासि मनोस्मदीयं दोषान् शेषान् सगुणीकरोषि अहेतुनादयसे सदोषान् स्वाङ्गे गृहीत्वा यदिदं विचित्रं प्रसीद मातर्विनयेन याचे नित्यं भवस्नेहवती सुतेषु प्रेमैकबिन्दं चिरदागचित्ते विषिञ्च चित्तं कुरु न सुशान्तम् जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। देव की जय जय श्री शारदा देवी की जय जय श्री स्वामी विवेकानंद की जय जय श्री बुद्धदेव की जय जय श्री जीसस क्राइस्ट की जय।
So let us say grace before going to take the food. Om Brahmarpanam
Brahmavir Brahmano Brahmanahutam Brahmevatena Gantavyam Brahmakarma Samadhina Hari Om Tat Sat Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
O Lord,
Lord, please accept our offering. Bless us, make us pure and all-loving. May we not accuse, demand, or complain, but love, respect, and cooperate with all. May we not find fault with others, but try to find our own faults. May we not treat others as strangers, but learn to make all our own. May we feel the whole world to be our own. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.
so please go to the basement. I think the food would be kind of cold, isn't it?
Jyoti was going to go and warm it up.
Warm it up. Okay, okay. Yes, okay. Otherwise, people will get
No, no.
very angry and they can put it on their head. So